Here's tonight's 9 at 9. In Baytown, Texas, the Coast Guard has suspended a search for 7 people who were reported missing in Cedar Bayou. The Coast Guard says they got the Mayday call just after 9:30 last night from a distressed boater, saying their 27-foot vessel was taking on water. After that call, though, they lost radio communication. They say there were 3 children and 4 adults on board. San Antonio getting a second drive-through testing site, this one on the city's south side. SA Metro Health says it's going to be at the Texas Med Clinic that was converted from a bank and has drive-through capabilities. The site will be open on Thursday. Appointments will be required. The Dutch Prime Minister announced today that it will extend its lockdown for most businesses until May 20th. Large gatherings will be banned until September 1st. However, primary schools are allowed to slowly open, with students returning to schools in a staggered pattern beginning on May 11. The Prime Minister emphasized that the degree of uncertainty surrounding the virus is still too great to allow businesses that would require close contact to reopen. Almost half of the U.S. population breathing unhealthy, heavily polluted air. That's according to a new American Lung Association report. According to that report, U.S. air quality is dramatically declining. The roughly 150 million people breathing dirty air is nearly 21 million more than in last year's report. Here at home, the San Antonio Fire Station, where 6 firefighters tested positive for COVID-19, will remain closed until the quarantine period is over for 41 of its personnel. Fire Station 14, located on Thousand Oaks near Henderson Pass, has been deep cleaned professionally and other station maintenance issues. Those who are healthy and normally work out of Station 14 have been temporarily deployed to other fire stations. The National Park Service says a vandal who left graffiti around Death Valley National Park on a number of occasions has confessed and apologized. He wrote Steve and Lacey on rocks, a well, and other historic structures throughout the park in January of 2019 and January of 2020. The Canadian man called to confess and apologize on April 17th. It was just days after the Park Service shared images of the vandalism on social media to try to identify the culprit. A new study has found that ancient crocodiles once lived in the oceans much like whales and dolphins. A new study examined fossils and found that these animals moved from land to sea about 182 million years ago. They likely had similar skin and body shapes to modern dolphins, but unlike dolphins, scientists believe they breathe through their noses instead of blowholes. The Corpus Christi emergency room doctor has moved into his kid's treehouse to help keep his family safe. He was concerned about potential exposure to COVID-19, so he began brainstorming potential quarantine accommodations. He considered renting an RV or hotel room until his wife suggested their kid's treehouse. The treehouse is equipped with food, a bed, it even has air conditioning.
Quarantine is serious. It's the only way we're going to beat this thing.
A hospital in Long Island discharged its 750th COVID-19 patient today. That's an impressive milestone when you consider NYU Winthrop only has 511 beds. The patient released today is a teacher from Brooklyn. She expressed gratitude to her healthcare providers as they cheered for her on her way out.
The staff is phenomenal. Thank you very much, staff.
To read more about these stories, head to ksat.com.